Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. I'm doing a series of spotlights on remarkable business intermediaries and brokers from across the country. And joining me on this segment is Paul Semenoff, and he's with the Capital Group. Paul, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Paul, tell us a little bit about your work and tell us specifically who are the types of clients that you specialize in helping.
Okay, so we're a general business brokerage. A lot of people don't even know that we exist. When they want to sell their business, sometimes they'll go to a realtor or a real estate agent. And so what we do is much like a realtor helps people buy and sell businesses or helps people buy and sell homes. We help people buy and sell businesses. And we are a general brokerage. So, all types of business, typically somewhere in the 200,000 to 2 million and up range.
Gotcha. So these business owners that you help, I'd imagine they're really great at starting businesses, growing them, and every day working on building up the business. But what about selling their businesses? As you mentioned, they're not so aware that you guys exist to help them. What do they do then? Are they in the dark? What really is on their mind when they first reach out to you?
Well, a lot of times they're checking their own motivation. Sometimes we think that it's hard to sell a business because it's tough to find buyers, but typically it's the motivated heart of the seller that is the most important aspect of selling a business. So if their head might be in the business, but if their heart is not in it, time to sell. And that could be they want to retire, maybe they have health issues, unfortunately, maybe they need to relocate, family situations, or they simply need to raise more capital for an additional investment.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, when it comes to real estate, like selling your own home, those sell. But I understand that businesses don't have quite as good a percentage of selling. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, actually, I just read an article that um, this was put out by Biz Buy Sell, the largest platform to sell businesses, and uh, transitions are up 24% over last year, and just about up to where they were in 2019 prior to COVID. So that's very encouraging.
Do people try to sell businesses on their own? If so, and they don't know you guys exist to help them, what happens?
Well, that for sale by owner, just like you have in housing, they will make that attempt, and sometimes they're very successful if they're savvy business owners. Many times they will try, and we end up helping them, and we get the call, and we're able to help them with that process.
Tell us a little bit about what are some of the breakdowns, like where does a deal break down and what, sort of pitfalls or mistakes do people make trying to sell their business on their own, that may sabotage their success in selling?
Well, it's a matter of getting the business packaged up for a proper sale, and uh, that is profit and loss statements. Having having the financials in order, tax returns, profit and loss statements, data about sales, sales history, and there are certain things that banks that do financing for people that purchase businesses will require. So a lot of times, um, an inexperienced seller might not have everything packaged up, and many times we try to educate sellers. Look, let's hold off. Let's get everything that you need first, because 99% of what people see about your business when they're looking at it is on paper. And if the paper is in order and the financials are in order, you'll have a lot greater success.
So we're coming out of a pandemic, and and it's triggered a lot of people to consider, hey, now's the time to sell. But they wonder and worry: is this an okay time to sell? Is it a good time to sell? What have you seen in the marketplace yourself personally? Like, is it a good time to sell a business?
Well, the short answer is it depends. There are many, I don't want this to come out wrong, but there are many businesses that actually had great success during the pandemic, um, and there are businesses that are pandemic proof, so to speak, or recession proof. There's a lot of things such as that, but generally, um, the best time to sell a business is when it is on the up, and when it's increasing. When it's declining, that's very difficult. It's a lot like the stock market. Buy low, sell high.
So, Paul, what inspired you to become a business broker and help folks sell their businesses? How did you get started in this field?
Well, it's actually rewarding because so many of the reasons for selling the business are centered, obviously around the seller. Maybe they want to enjoy their retirement, they want to enjoy their family more, they want to spend more time with their children. So it's very nice to close a deal, and to see that that the business owner is able to go on and fulfill whatever their goals are. That's originally when they start a business, they would love to sell it at a profit. So if we can help them with that, that's fantastic. So personally, I was in the culinary business for many years, and worked for a large food service distributor in business development and sales management. So we do have a bit of a niche in restaurants. I love restaurant people, and I have a good understanding there. So uh, that's it can be challenging, but I really enjoy that.
Paul, before I ask you my last question, is there anything that I didn't think to ask you that you feel is important to share with a business owner that's considering selling their business in today's market?
Well, I think um, that a business owner should consider selling the business as soon as they buy the business or as soon as they start the business. There's things that you can do along the way over the years, that when that time comes, you're ready. And as I said earlier, keeping very good records, very good books, and keeping your tax returns straight, keeping your inventory straight, and always thinking about what someone else would want if they were to come in and purchase that business. And there's one more thing, and that is, um, what is that next thing that you can do to take your business to the next level? So that's something that's very important to a buyer. They always want to know, what can I do to improve this? So always try to have something in the pipeline that you can do next. So when it comes time, you can share that with a buyer, and then they'll be able to improve and take it to the next level.
Paul, for folks listening who know they want to get their stuff in order and they'd like to
Mhm.
speak with you, how do they find you, connect with you, and learn more?
Oh, sure. Well, you can just call me direct. I don't know. Are you going to provide my phone number, Mark? Or would you like
You
me to
can
do
if you'd
that?
like.
Okay. You can reach me at 530-906-3441, or you can contact me by email, Paul at THECAPITALGRP.com. And we do have offices in Northern California, and we have offices in East Tennessee, soon to be in Idaho, but we can sell and help people with businesses in over 30 states. So we're able to do business in over 30 states.
This has been terrific, Paul. I really
Thank you.
appreciate you taking the time and sharing with my
Well,
audience today. And I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
thank you very much, Mark, and thanks for having me. It's been great. Appreciate it.
That was Paul Semenoff with the Capital Group. And this segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to educate consumers, grow their practices, and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.